Hello and welcome to the Tomcast. I'm Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. Woo! So apologies if the camera's a little shaky. I am currently filming while rocking this little boy. Hi, little boy. Hopefully he was in frame. So yeah, it's been a little while. I wanted to talk about what my plans are for this year. I've talked in some of the last episodes of the Tomcast about my book situation and how Ingram Spark is no longer. Ingram doesn't want to print my books as is. I have not resolved that. I've not changed the files. I've not changed the paperweight to continue printing with Ingram, and I've not looked at other printing options. So that's kind of why I'm making the Tomcast, is that I need to do that. I need to actually decide what it is I'm going to do. Whatever I'm going to do, it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of time. Yeah. But I need to do some research and figure out what it is that I actually want to do, so I can figure out what I'm going to do and how long it's going to take, get some kind of idea. So because that's unresolved, and because I don't really have any plans for new merchandise, I'm not really making a lot of convention plans this year. Professor Trey was over a couple weeks ago. We were talking about it a little bit, and I'm a little bummed to say that I'm probably going to take a break from conventions for a while. And I mean, part of it is out of my control because the printing company decided to stop printing my books. And so I'm out of books. What am I supposed to do? That's the primary thing that I go to cons to sell. I mean, I could go to do drawings. I could sell commissions, but that's not really who I am. That's not what I want to do at conventions. I still have the Ramos Emerald book. I could print out some other promotional stuff, but the thing is I like going to conventions when I can get close to actually paying for the cost of going to conventions, which admittedly is something I don't often do. But if I don't even have merchandise that I can use to make sales, I don't really see the point in going. So for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to be doing a lot of conventions until I get the book situation figured out. And I don't know that I'm going to rush into that either, because the thing is, I'm struggling to get more than a page out each week. In fact, the past couple months, I've pretty much averaged about a page a week, which is pretty abysmal, and I feel kind of crummy about it. So I think it's more important right now for me to focus on telling the story, not necessarily reproducing the books and making other merch and spending time and money going to shows to tell people about the comic that I'm struggling to continue updating in a timely fashion. So I mean, pretty much out of necessity, I'm going to have to step back from cons for a while. And honestly, I think that's maybe a good call. There's some things I'd like to do. So I wanted to make a Tomcast because I wanted to say I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the books. Because I fully intend to get the first 4 volumes back in print. And I fully intend to continue to print the story. I want all of Nextus to be in print by the time it's done. I think that would be excellent. Don't you think? Wouldn't you like to read my books? Yeah. Who wants to read books online? That's dumb. That's the other thing that I wanted to do. The other thing I want to do this year is I really want to kind of redouble my efforts for my online presence. That's something that I can do cheaply. It will take time, so I don't know that I'm going to focus on it right away. But there are some things that I can do, I think, to help sort of increase my online presence. At a lot of shows, people have talked about asking me if my comic is on Tapas or on Webtoons or other comic reading sites. and they're not, and they probably could be. Based on my rudimentary research into Webtoons and Tapas, it looks like Webtoons is not really clear about whether or not the things you post on Webtoons are yours exclusively, or if they belong to Webtoons. So I'm probably going to go with Tapas because they specifically say that your posts are still your property. But yeah, that's something that I'd like to look into, and maybe, I talked not too long ago about, not too long ago, it was probably 6 months ago. But anyway, I talked not too long ago about wanting to, how it feels weird curating my social media presence, and how I kind of have this weird feeling about social media. And I still feel that way, but I think that I can focus on things from more of a marketing angle and less of a, presenting myself personally angle. I want people to read my comic, and there's a lot of cheap ways that I can do that, that they will require time, which I don't necessarily have a lot of, but they don't require a lot of capital, which is something that, since I'm not doing cons, I don't have a lot of right now. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. I don't know if this is going to make a lot of sense. I'm a little bit sick and I'm feeling a little tired, so hopefully there was something useful in there. If nothing else, I got to kind of spew out some of my ideas onto you, the internet, and I always appreciate you letting me do that. So thanks very much as always for watching, and you guys keep your stick on the ice.